Have you ever wondered why most people live far below their potential? Why brilliance remains buried and greatness flickers only in rare souls? It is not because people lack talent. It is because they lack clarity. They spend their whole lives mastering survival, but never learn how to live. From childhood, we are conditioned to perform, to fit into systems that reward obedience, not originality. We are told what to think, not how to think. Taught how to remember, not how to awaken. The child who once built castles in mud is soon told to sit still, follow rules, color inside the lines. Slowly, imagination collapses under the weight of imitation. We begin to live by borrowed values and mistake conformity for intelligence. That is where potential begins to die, not in failure, but in silent compromise. Potential does not perish because of rejection. It perishes because of routine, the daily repetition of things that keep you safe but small. Every morning when you wake up, your brain looks for familiarity. It asks, what did I do yesterday that did not kill me? And that becomes your path today. Neuroscience calls it the comfort loop, a cycle that prioritizes safety over expansion. But growth is unsafe. Awakening is unsafe. Creation itself is unsafe. Every birth requires the death of an old certainty. That is why most people never actualize their potential. They love their prisons too much. They polish the bars. They decorate the cage. They call it stability. But comfort has never created anything divine. If you observe carefully, every extraordinary life, whether it is Buddha or Beethoven or Tesla, began with a collapse. A moment when the system they belonged to broke apart inside them. They no longer fit the world, and that collapse became their awakening. See, potential is not something you achieve. It is something you allow. It is not built. It is uncovered. You were born whole, but layer after layer, fear, doubt, conditioning, began to cover that wholeness. Every belief you hold about what you cannot do is a scar from someone else's limitation. The tragedy is not that we aim too high and fail. It is that we aim too low and succeed. Modern psychology calls this the upper limit problem. The unconscious belief that says this much joy, this much success, this much peace is all I deserve. The moment life gives you more, you sabotage it because your nervous system is calibrated to suffering, not fulfillment. Even spirituality becomes a trap when it is used to avoid life. People meditate to escape themselves, not to awaken. True awakening does not isolate you from the world. It allows you to touch the world fully without losing your stillness. Potential is not about achieving more. It is about removing what blocks your natural intelligence from flowing. When you stop clinging to who you were, your real nature begins to move through you like a river remembering its course. The river never asks where to go. It simply removes the stones that block its way. Your fears, hesitations, and procrastination are those stones. Remove them, and life begins to flow through you. The modern world sells productivity, but hides presence. It rewards speed, but punishes stillness. Yet all true genius emerges from stillness. Einstein was not running when he saw the universe bend. Buddha was not striving when he saw suffering dissolve. Stillness reveals potential because potential lives in awareness. But people are terrified of stillness because when everything outside goes quiet, everything inside begins to speak. And the first thing it says is, you have been living asleep. Most people run back into noise, back into distraction, back into comfort. Awakening begins. Resistance follows. Comfort wins. So how do you break this cycle? You do not need motivation. You need sincerity. Motivation fades. Sincerity sustains. Sit each day and ask, am I living my truth or someone else's? If fear was not holding me, what would I create? What would I dare to become? Your potential does not need permission. It needs presence. The moment you are fully here, the mind stops comparing and starts creating. Potential unfolds naturally, like a flower that was waiting for sunlight. Your purpose is not hiding far away. It is right beneath the noise you are afraid to face. Actualization is not the pursuit of greatness. It is the acceptance of truth. When you stop pretending to be less, you start becoming what you already are. And what you are is not incomplete, not lacking, not waiting for approval. You are consciousness dreaming itself into form. You do not become your potential. You remember it. That is the lucid path. If this touched something within you, pause for a moment and breathe. And if you wish to continue walking this path, subscribe. Because awakening does not begin at the peak, it begins at the depth.